confident in with the match in Telford's hands at the end?
Yeah, I mean, a heavyweight like Bob Telford, for sure. He goes to the legs, he's aggressive, he's a hand fighter, he's a tough guy. And he backs up what he talks.
Overall thoughts on the duel? Happy, not happy, somewhere in the middle?
I think we got beat in a lot of strategy. I think we gave up points at the end of periods and then didn't come off the bottom. And am I happy? Tell you what, you got to give some credit to us, but that's more of a private question between me and my team.
Gave up 4 third-period takedowns. That can't be ideal in a duel like this.
4 third-period takedowns, and how many second period at the end of the second period takedowns? And then back points. Those are situations where that's not by accident. That's coach, that's strategy, and that's their awareness of the clock and our lack of awareness of what our opponent is trying to do to us. And that's where we're going to have to get better. And I've been talking about it periodically through the year, almost in steps and stages. At Ohio State, it was, first period takedowns. All right, so then we assert ourselves. Maybe they're a little bit better the next time out, but then we have a little bit of a let up. And when you're a championship team, you make progress and you keep making progress, but you don't regress, or you can feel when somebody has one eye on the clock and trying to hoodwink you a little bit. And we can do a better job of that, of being aware and those types of things. I mean, that's a lot of points on the board. It's a good observation for a reporter.
Tom, are there matches where you won where you didn't think you would, or lost that you thought you might win?
Here's the thing. We have 10 weight classes. We believe in our guys, and every match out is something that we prepare for, and we don't prepare to keep it close. That's not, part of our, strategy. When Nathan Bierak gets close to being a major, which could have huge implications on that dual meet, we're not saying keep it close. We're saying go out and, take him down and do the things that you do best, even late in the match, because that's how you get yourself back in position to win, and that's how you give yourself the best chance to win, regardless of how it is on paper. So, you look at, is there a match that we lost that you're really disappointed? Really, all of them. And is there a match that we won that maybe they should have won? And I say no. I mean, that's just a selfish way of thinking, and I think, you got to think that way.
You talk about 133. How disappointed were you there
I mean, disappointed is a funny word because, we're not giving up on our guy, and, we're not going to, we're not going to go crazy. You're not pulling your hair out of your head. We know what we got there. We know what we got there, and we have to do what we do best. That guy had one eye on the clock at the end of those periods, and you felt him coming. And so you got to be ready for that type of thing. The advantage of having that kind of takedown is there's no time to come out. I mean, it's simple math, right? So, and I give him credit there, but, the poor sports side of me says that, we gave the guy 6 points at the end of the second period and the end of the third, and we didn't come off the bottom at the end of the second. That's a 7-point swing in my mind. In my mind. That's math. And you can say that we're, conveniently making it go our way, but, that's the kind of guy we got. And, losing a match doesn't mean you're not making progress. It's always a work in progress. And guys they're not perfect. They're living, breathing creatures. They're not machines. They're like racehorses, man. You got to have them ready to go.
I feel like with some of the matches early on, it seemed like the Penn State wrestlers came ready to wrestle in the third, and you guys just didn't quite step up.
I don't know if I'd characterize it that way. This question would put it in my head that I'd have to take a look at that, and I don't know if I would characterize it that way, and not just because your question makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. It's more because I don't look at it that way.
How do you look at it?
I look at it more like Bierak, it was a whole match. Clark, we stopped putting pressure on him when? We started to not move our feet, and all of a sudden you're standing there. Now, when we're going to offense, our timing's off because our feet aren't moving. and we're reaching for this, and there's nothing there. And then, so, when you're moving and you're dictating and you're getting the leg shots, that's a lot better way to be able to put a guy down hard. And so that's kind of how I look at it. Kind of look at it like we shut down. I don't know if it was, so much of, they just owned the third period on us.
Is it all like, I hear a lot of guys talk about wrestling at Carver and it sucks the life out of you with 15,000 people against you. Do you feel like in the first two matches, late in the match, that could have been the case at all, the crowd or the atmosphere?
I haven't even thought of Gilman since he walked off the mat. So you said the first two matches. There's a lot going on there with Gilman, and the thing is I give Gilman kudos. So, that's not even, whatever. But you know what? Clark's job is, no matter how frenzied the crowd is, because it was an almost come from behind win, it doesn't matter. It didn't affect Jeva. It didn't affect Sammy Brooks, and it can't affect guys. It can't affect you when you're out there. And when it does, then you know what? We got a lot of work to do psychologically and emotionally as well, and that's always the case anyway. You're always making improvement. I mean, here's the thing. You can ask, is it like Carver Hawkeye Arena? Okay, kudos to Penn State. What a phenomenal environment. I mean, that is, it's top notch. And I saw the athletic director, and I congratulated him on that. And he knows it's a great environment, but it's, worth saying. It is worth saying. And there's not just one place where you have that kind of frenzy.
Last question back there.
Penn State, you mentioned how opportunistic, one eye on the clock and so on. Was that what Evans was doing in reverse? Was he doing the same kind of thing, looking, biting, and then gonna?
Well, we got ridden in the third period, the whole period. So we're trying to get off the bottom there for 2 minutes, and we got to get off the bottom there. So I mean, I don't look at it that way.
Thank you, Coach.